They got their tongue out. They could be going like, you know, doing all the freaky shit. Yo, what's up, honkers? Today I'm going to be reacting to another SCP. This monster was recommended in the community Discord, and apparently you guys called this the bestest boy? I don't know about you, but what about this on the thumbnail looks like the bestest boy? It doesn't look nice. Also, guys, I don't mind reacting to more SCP stuff, but would y'all be interested in more spooky things during October? Like ghost videos, or maybe me playing a scary game or something? Let me know in the comments down below. I have never played like Five Nights at Freddy's, but some people in my chat really want me to play it, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh, speaking of chat, this video's secret word is salt. That's right, salt. Comment the secret word down below, and I will give it a heart. Alright, let's see what makes this thing the bestest boy. SCP-5031. Yet another murder monster. I thought this was supposed to be the bestest boy.
Note, file under review. This document has been flagged for possible methodological issues. Please be aware that the following information is subject to change and may contain inaccuracies.
Okay.
Item number, SCP-5031. Object class, Keter. Special containment procedures.
He does not look
SCP-5031 is to be contained in an airtight iron cell in Biosite 59. The structure must be inspected for imperfections on a bi-weekly basis. No other interaction necessary. Description: SCP-5031 is a non-sapient quasi-humanoid creature of unknown origin. When directly observed, SCP-5031 will temporarily cease to exist until the viewer stops observing the space that SCP-5031 formerly occupied. Traces of its existence, for example scratch marks or blood trails, continue to exist when SCP-5031 does not. Video.
That's not scary at all. That is, worrying.
And photography devices do not capture SCP-5031's appearance. However, observing SCP-5031's shadow does not cause cessation of existence, allowing certain physiological traits to be inferred from its silhouette.
Okay.
Abnormally small head with no discernible neck. Elbows branch into 3 sets of lower arms each. Elongated torso approximately 1.9 meters in length, presumably for extra digestive capacity. Pelvis terminates in a crescent-shaped protrusion of osseous tissue with a blade-like lower edge. Levitates above the ground at a fixed height of 0.5 meters. While SCP-5031 has no nutritional needs, it will nevertheless hunt and consume any human or animal it encounters by using its pendulous lower body to down targets.
The fact that it doesn't need to eat, but it still kills things, I'm assuming for fun, is not good. Not good. Not good at all.
SCP-5031 does not sleep and is incapable of expression or verbal communication. Addendum. As of 14/02/2018, Senior Researcher Stanley Huxtable is now acting in the role of HCL Supervisor for SCP-5031. The following is a selection of relevant correspondences from Senior Researcher Huxtable to Site Director Yusuf Mustafi, elucidating research progress. 14/02/2018. Initial impressions. I have no idea who wrote this, but there's a lot I'd like to say to them. I'm not a fan of abandoning a living creature inside a metal box for 10 years, no matter how pragmatic it may be. It's difficult to fathom that such things were considered the norm a decade ago.
Okay, listen. If you saw this thing and knew what it was, I think you would be like, all right, fine. Yeah, let's keep it in its metal box. Just keep it in there. No one interact with it. No experiments. Just leave it alone. Just leave it the fuck alone.
Have you ever heard something scream from behind 10 inches of iron for hours on end? When I do my redraft, remind me to add anomalous resistance to hoarseness somewhere in the description. Could you work your magic and get the boys to retrofit the containment cube with an aperture and security vestibule? I'd like to run some tests that require exposing SCP-5031 to certain stimuli. 05-08-03-2018. Round 1 tests. Sound. Summary.
Okay.
Forward. Installed speakers in the containment vestibule and played various albums of natural ambience and popular music. SCP-5031's propensity for screaming worked as a convenient way to measure its stress levels. 100% would be considered its typical screaming. Volume and duration, over 48 hours, and 0% would be no screaming at all.
Oh.
Selection, morning forest ambience. Stress level, 43%. Seaside paradise ambience, 48%. Deep grotto ambience, 62%. The best of Mozart, 13%. The best of Enya, 18%. The best of Ben Folds, 6%. The best of Jethro Tull, 59%.
And he did
The
not
best
like
of
Jethro.
Kiss, 23%.
Interesting. So it seems that music has something to do with its stress level. It seemed to really like Ben Folds a lot. And I don't know who Ben Folds is, but I'm assuming it's like a classical music, considering all the other ones that were low percentages were a classical music, other than Kiss. Although, who doesn't like Kiss? Who the hell hates Kiss? Come on, man. They got their tongue out. They can be going like, you know, doing all the freaky shit.
Afterward. Efficacy of music for stress reduction gradually decreases over time. I've assembled a playlist of SCP-5031's favorite music to play on shuffle in its enclosure in perpetuity. Stress levels consistently remain in the 15 to 25% range. Baseline adjusted accordingly.
It'll probably get used to it. It'll make it more stressed
22/03/2018.
over time, I imagine.
Round 2 tests. Play. Summary. Test. Threw softball into enclosure. Result. SCP-5031 sliced the ball in two.
That makes sense.
Test. Tossed basketball into enclosure. Result. SCP-5031 sliced the ball open.
I wonder...
Test. Rolled bowling ball into enclosure. Result. SCP-5031 scratched a couple of grooves into the ball, then rolled the ball around the enclosure with the blunt end of its tail for 20 minutes.
Interesting.
Stress levels remained less than 60% after play.
Ooh.
Test. Rolled another bowling ball into the enclosure. Result. SCP-5031 used the blunt end of its tail to hit the balls together for a while. Stress levels remained less than 40% after play.
So it's just a big dog. Huh.
Bowling ball chipped and would no longer roll properly. Unplanned.
Oh.
Result. Stress levels increased to around 115%.
Oh no!
Test. Replacement bowling ball provided. Result. Stress levels fell back to around 40%. Test. Tossed basketball into enclosure.
Yay, now it wants to
Result.
play with different balls.
SCP-5031 picked up and played with the ball. Stress levels remained less than 20% after play.
Okay, now I understand why you guys are saying that this is the bestest boy. He just wants to play with some balls. That's all he wants to do. Relatable. Hey, yo, what the?
Afterward. SCP-5031 began to use its hands to play with the basketball, possibly to avoid accidentally damaging it. Motor skill comparable to that of a toddler. SCP-5031 still prefers bowling ball for kicking.
That makes sense.
05-04-2018. Round 3 tests. Food. Summary. Forward. SCP-5031 was given the choice between two potential food sources placed at opposite ends of the enclosure. Choices: human corpse or pig carcass. Selection: pig carcass.
It chose the pig.
Choices: pig carcass or chicken carcass. Selection: pig carcass. Choices:
Granted, I've heard that humans taste like pork, supposedly. There was like an island of cannibals that like is cut off from society, and they eat people, and they're like, it tastes very similar to bacon. So this thing chose to eat a pig. I wonder if it has some morals or something. Probably not. It is just a monster.
pig carcass or rotisserie chicken. Selection: rotisserie chicken. Choices: chicken carcass or rotisserie chicken. Selection: rotisserie chicken.
Nice.
Choices:
That's cheaper
live
than a
chicken or rotisserie chicken.
rotisserie.
Selection:
Hey.
rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Choices: roasted turkey or rotisserie chicken. Selection: neither. Presumed sated.
Oh, okay. It's just full.
Afterward. While it's true that SCP-5031 doesn't necessarily need to eat, Feeding it regularly has caused a marked decrease in average stress levels.
That makes sense.
Stress reduction seems to scale proportionally with the quality of food provided.
Hey man, I'm the same way. Good food can reduce my stress, all right? You give me like a sushi platter, I'm a happy person. Really, really happy. You give me a burger from like McDonald's or some shit, I mean, I'll eat it. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I'll eat it.
Also of note is that SCP-5031 prefers to use its tail to pry and cut meat into bite-sized portions rather than rip the meat into chunks with its teeth or hands.
Interesting.
12/04/2018. Round 4 tests. Coexistence. Summary. Test 1. SCP-5031 fed until sated. Live subject, common chicken, introduced to enclosure. Result. SCP-5031 observed subject from a distance for several minutes and then rolled a bowling ball towards subject at high speed. Subject was killed instantly.
I think he wants a friend, and the chicken couldn't roll the ball back.
SCP-5031's stress levels rose immediately and drastically. Test 2. Bowling balls removed from enclosure.
Okay.
SCP-5031 fed until sated. Live subject, common chicken, introduced to enclosure. Result. SCP-5031 gently rolled a basketball towards subject.
Right.
Ball hit subject lightly. Subject responded with a small cry and moved away. SCP-5031 did not engage with subject any further.
Interesting. So it does have some sort of moral standard to living beings. Like it doesn't want to hurt it if it doesn't. Either that or it's just bored. If it was trapped in a box for 10 years, I would be pretty fucking bored too.
Test 3. SCP-5031 fed until sated. Live subject, Class D, blindfolded, introduced to the enclosure and instructed to sit and roll basketball forward. Then wait until it came back and roll away again.
I wonder
Result.
if...
Subject and SCP-5031 successfully rolled the ball back and forth for several minutes. SCP-5031 eventually abandoned the activity and approached the subject. Per safety protocol, subject removed their blindfold to terminate the activity. Test 4. SCP-5031 fed until sated. Live subject, Class D, introduced to the enclosure and instructed to toss a tennis ball at the wall. Let it ricochet behind them, then catch and repeat. Result. SCP-5031 stood behind subject and successfully engaged in a game of catch, mimicking subject's action of letting ball ricochet against the wall. Afterward, SCP-5031's motor skills appear to be rapidly improving.
Good and bad things.
16/05/2018.
It's learning.
Round 5 tests. Symbols. Summary. Forward. 5 LCD displays were fitted into the wall of SCP-5031's enclosure, each with a lit button and a food dispenser underneath.
Okay.
Test 1. 2 stations activated. Screen 1 displayed the image of a rock. Its button dispensed rocks. Screen 2 displayed the image of a rotisserie chicken. Its button dispensed pieces of chicken. Result. SCP-5031 poked at the image of the chicken for a few minutes and eventually hit the button. Chicken was dispensed until SCP-5031 was satisfied. Test 2.
Okay, so
Screen displays and the materials dispensed were swapped. Result.
Yeah.
SCP-5031 hit the button it had hit the previous day and received a rock. It then went to the other screen and hit the button to dispense chicken. Test 3. Screen displays and materials dispensed were swapped back to their original positions and set to swap again at random intervals after the first distribution. Result. SCP-5031 went directly to the button next to the image of the chicken, experienced apparent confusion after the first mid-distribution swap, but quickly learned to watch the images.
Okay, good.
Test 4. 3 more stations, screens, buttons, dispensers were activated. 4 stations displayed the word rock and dispensed rocks. 1 station displayed the word chicken and dispensed chicken. Arrangement set to change randomly several times over the following days. Result. Through trial and error, SCP-5031 determined which station dispensed chicken. SCP-5031 subsequently went to the station marked chicken whenever the displays were swapped. Test 5. All stations deactivated except one. Screen displayed the word chicken. 7 wood blocks were set in front of the station, each marked with one of the letters in the word chicken. The station's button was set to remain unlit and inactive until the blocks were arranged in the correct...
Sorry, I haven't talked for a bit. I'm just fascinated by, like, the links they're going to like, understand this weird creature. But at the same time, he's just the bestest boy. He just wants to play and eat food. That's all. He's just like a dog.
Correct order. Result. SCP-5031 expressed apparent frustration, hitting the inactive button repeatedly and striking the wall with its tail. Test 6. Same as previous test, but screen displayed the word chicken with each letter overlaid on a photo of a wood block. Result. After 12 minutes, SCP-5031 successfully assembled the word chicken.
It learned.
Afterward, it can learn language, Yusuf. 29/08/2018. Round 6 tests. Vocabulary. Results. Forward. SCP-5031 has learned to use letter blocks to form the following words.
Okay.
Foods. Chicken, turkey, pork, tofu, beef, bread, more salt, more pepper, more cooked. Music. Mozart, Enya, Ben Folds, Forest, Seaside, White Noise, more volume, less volume, and silence.
So it's giving them orders.
Basketball, bowling ball, tennis ball, cat, dog, human, Robert, D52125, Stanley, and alone. Afterward, through its increased vocabulary and human interaction, SCP-5031 has made the following progress. Established food preferences and dish pairings, learned to sing non-verbally, and learned to juggle. Six-handed juggling is something to behold.
I bet. That actually sounds really cool.
05/10/2018. Round 7 tests. Activities. Summary. Test 1. Introduced table, paper, and crayons into the enclosure. Live subject, D52125, instructed to demonstrate drawing for SCP-5031. Result. SCP-5031 learned to draw. Discernible subjects depicted in its artwork include D52125, SCP-5031, a rotisserie chicken, a cat, and myself.
So it
Test
knows
2.
about the
Introduced piano to the enclosure. Live subject, D52125, instructed to play chopsticks blindfolded and invite SCP-5031 to play along. Subject had time to practice beforehand.
That's good, but at
Result.
the same time, like...
SCP-5031 learned chopsticks in 2 days.
Bro, this thing can learn so fast. I'm a little worried that this is going to end up like a Return to Planet of the Apes type situation, where this thing's going to learn so much that it's learned that it's literally in a cage. I feel like this can only get worse.
It appeared more interested in making its own original music, complete with vocals. These compositions might be considered crude by human standards.
So they're not
Test 3. Introduced spice rack into the enclosure. Live subject D52125 instructed to demonstrate seasoning meats. Result. SCP-5031 spent almost 3 straight days experimenting with different combinations of foods and spices. SCP-5031 assembled the words more with its letter blocks after running out of garlic powder.
Hey man, garlic powder's pretty
Afterward, SCP-5003 only engages with art and music when accompanied by D52125, but it continues to be preoccupied with food preparation even when alone.
Good.
04/01/2019. Round 8 tests. Cooking. Results. Forward. Basic kitchen utilities installed in enclosure. Sharp implements withheld per security protocol. SCP.
My question is, it's Keter, right? That this thing is Keter, yet they're teaching it all these like things and stuff. I don't know if it's a good idea. I really don't.
D5031 used its tail to cut food. Live subject D52125 instructed to demonstrate preparation of various recipes. Recipes learned. quesadilla, taco, hamburger, fried rice, Mongolian beef, spicy chicken curry, chocolate chip cookies, sponge cake with buttercream,
Wow.
fudge, clam chowder,
Really?
steak, macaroons, chicken abodo, smoked salmon, and profiteroles.
Bro, he went from like simple to extremely complex. that was wow.
Afterward, SCP-5031 has a severe peanut allergy.
Oh.
This should be included in the revised containment procedures. I would also like to
Interesting.
note that SCP-5031 is now a better chef than the average human. It has begun to create its own recipes. D52125 has volunteered
Of
to
course he
taste
has.
test. 30/06/2019. Update. SCP-5031 has said its first word. Salt.
Bro,
We are all immensely proud.
what?
29/11/2019. Final test. Summary. SCP-5031 was given 2 months to develop a 3-course meal to serve at the Biosite 59 cafeteria for personnel working over Thanksgiving.
All right.
Its selections were as follows. First course. Sweet potato turmeric miso soup.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Second course. Duck confit with apple cider glaze and cranberry compote topping
I'm sorry,
paired
what?
with butternut squash gnocchi on a bed of kale seasoned with truffle salt.
You a duck what? I mean, it eats chicken. I guess it makes sense it would eat duck.
Third course. A slice of spiced cassava pie topped with French vanilla ice cream and maple hazelnut syrup.
Okay.
SCP-5031 also debuted its original composition, Piano Sonata for 6 Hands,
Wow.
in a live performance broadcast from its enclosure. Personnel response was overwhelmingly positive. SCP-5031 stress levels at 0%. Testing successfully concluded. Revised documentation submitted for approval.
Dang, dude. They literally
This
turned
concludes today's lecture. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are,
Yep.
and you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
Bye. That was interesting. I'm surprised nothing really bad happened. This was really cheerful. I was expecting this to go horribly wrong. If you enjoyed today's video and you want me to react to more SCPs or more spooky stuff, please leave a recommendation down in the comments and let me know if I should react to more things like this. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.